Hello, warm welcome to the news on NTA International, reaching you from Abuja, Nigeria's capital. I am Adu Ademwalso, and the headlines. The Independent National Electoral Commission extends deadline for collection of permanent voters' cards to Monday next week. More groups, including People's Democratic Movement, resolved to support the re-election of President Muhammadu Buhari in the forthcoming presidential elections. United States of America says it has no preferred candidate and political party in the forthcoming general elections in Nigeria. Now the news in details. The book, Nigeria on a Firmer Ground Toward Lasting Peace and Progress, has formally been presented to the public at the State House, Abuja. The book, an initiative of the presidential media team, highlights the giant stride recorded by the Buhari administration within the period under review. Speaking at the ceremony, President Muhammadu Buhari reiterated the unwavering commitment of his administration to take the country's challenge, economy, and the onslaught against corruption to the next level.
It is clear that our administration has delivered substantially on our campaign promises. Riding on the wave of the change agenda, which we anchored on making positive impact in the three priority areas of security, economy, and fighting corruption, I am convinced that we have made real progress and we are poised to do more by taking Nigeria to the next level of development, prosperity, peace, and stability.
Other speakers at the book presentation were National Chairman of the All Progressives Congress, Adams Oshomole, APC National Leader and Co-Chairman of the APC Presidential Campaign Organization, Ahmed Bola Tinubu, among other dignitaries. The federal government and some strategic investment partners have signed several agreements aimed at fostering industrial revolution in the country as well as enhancing job creation. President Muhammadu Buhari, who presided over the ceremony, said the aim is to position Nigeria as a preeminent manufacturing hub in Africa and major exporter of its own products. Still in the State House, President Muhammadu Buhari has promised to remain faithful to his principles of accountability, honesty, and social justice as he strives to take Nigeria to the next level. He was speaking while receiving in audience representatives of various support groups from across Nigeria and in the diaspora on a solidarity visit. And moving on, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has reconsidered its stand on the deadline for the collection of permanent voter cards. Mayor Gidi reports on the Commission's position.
The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, commenced the continuous voters registration exercise in 2017 and ended in August 2018. And within this period, more than 14.2 million persons were registered. After the closure of that exercise, the collection of the permanent voters cards started, and February 8, 2019 was the deadline for the collection of those cards. But within this period, a lot of complaints have been addressed to the Independent National Electoral Commission from those that registered. Many of them cannot find their cards in the places of registration. Complaints also arise from transfer of cards from some citizens that their cards cannot be found in the places where they applied to be transferred to. So, the Independent National Electoral Commission has reconsidered its stand on the deadline for the collection of the permanent voters' cards.
The Commission has taken the following decisions. Number one, the collection of PVCs scheduled to end today, Friday 8 February 2019, is hereby extended nationwide to Monday 11th February 2019. This will include Saturday and Sunday from 9 in the morning to 6 p.m. daily. 3. All state offices are hereby directed to review the procedure for the collection of PVCs and dedicate all the staff of the local government offices to the collection process. Staff are enjoined to be civil in attending to citizens and to escalate issues that they cannot immediately resolve to their superiors.
After that statement from the INEC chairman, the doors were closed and journalists asked to step out as resident electoral commissioners and management staff of the Independent National Electoral Commission are meeting for the final review of their strategies ahead of the 2019 general elections. Mie Ogidi, NTA News.
United States of America has restated that it has no preferred candidate and political party in the forthcoming general elections. United States Ambassador to Nigeria, Stroud Simiton, stated this in Lafia during a meeting with the Nasarawa State Governor, Tanko Almakura. Joshua Ojito in Lafia reports that the ambassador solicited the conduct of free and fair polls.
With barely 1 week to the general elections in the country, the U.S. ambassador to Nigeria, Stuart Symington, is meeting key stakeholders on how U.S. government will partner to ensure free, fair and credible process. His meeting with Governor Umaru Tanko Almakura is in continuation of the engagements on how to ensure a peaceful election in the country where every vote will count. The U.S. ambassador restates that American government will continue to sustain its relationship with Nigeria in order to deepen democracy and good governance.
Every Nigerian will be held responsible for what they say and for what they do. First, by God. Second, by their own conscience. Third, by the laws of Nigeria. Finally, by the court of public opinion of Nigeria. And then, of course, the whole world will look on Nigeria. So I ask each of you in these days ahead to be guided by your hopes and dreams for a better Nigeria.
Governor Almakura says the people of Nasarawa State are committed to peaceful election that will be acceptable by all and will welcome international observers who will be monitoring the exercise in the state.
Nasarawa State will key into international best practice in terms of the process for free and fair elections.
This is the second visit of the U.S. diplomat to Nasarawa State. In Lafia, Joshua Ojito, NTA News.
The People's Democratic Movement, PDM, has reiterated its resolve to support the re-election of President Muhammadu Buhari in the forthcoming presidential election. National chairman of the party, the Shehu Musa Yaradua political movement, Senator Abubakar Mahdi, re-echoed the association's position when he spoke to NTA News crew in Abuja.
While individuals are at liberty to support or vote for any candidate of their choice, Shehu Musa Yaradua political movement has already endorsed President Muhammadu Buhari of APC for re-election in the forthcoming presidential election coming up on the 16th of February 2019. Our members, under the directive of the respective state chairman, local government chairman, ward chairman, and polling unit mobilizers, should continue mobilizing for votes for President Muhammadu Buhari as directed by our national body.
The movement therefore dissociates itself from any other presidential candidate. And back to political parties' campaigns. The Adamawa State Council of Emirs and Chiefs has described the next level movement being championed by President Muhammadu Buhari as the most critical pathway towards sustaining the growth and development of Nigeria for greater future. Chairman of the Council and Lamido of Adamawa, Dr. Barkindo Aliyu Mustafa, who stated this while formally endorsing the second-term bid of President Muhammadu Buhari when he paid homage on the council members. State House correspondent Adamu Sambo reports that President Buhari was also adopted as candidate of preference by the Taraba State Council of Chiefs.
No one can deny the fact that Adamawa, the land of beauty, is the cynosure of all eyes as the forthcoming general elections draw closer. As the home state of the leading opposition candidate Atiku Abubakar, expectations are that the sweeping power of the broom may have its potency weakened, but this is not the case. The enthusiastic love and affection for President Muhammadu Buhari by the people of Adamawa is, to say the least, beyond politics. And if you must know, this is the birthplace of the president's wife, Aisha Buhari, and the governing APC is where almost everyone that matter in the politics of Adamawa now belongs. On hand to receive the president at the Fombina Palace of the Adamawa Emirate were paramount traditional rulers from across the state, led by Lamido Fombina, Dr. Muhammadu Barkindo Aliyu Mustafa. Speaking on their behalf, the Lamido described as fulfilling and reassuring the revolutionary initiatives of the Buhari presidency, which he said can only be sustained for greater impact through continuity.
I would therefore like to use this opportunity on behalf of my humble self, members of my council, and the entire people of Adamawa to acknowledge with immeasurable thanks and congratulate you on keeping faith with the contract you entered with our people and indeed Nigerians. Mr. President, there is no doubt that much has been achieved during your present tenure, but certainly you need more time to actualize your dream for a better Nigeria. This therefore calls for all and sundry to rally around you and allow you to get to the next level to enable you consolidate the various laudable programs of your party.
Being the Commander-in-Chief, if necessary, I will bring the Right Act to the law enforcement agencies about making sure that people are respected, they are allowed to go and vote whom they like across the parties. I assure the Lamido that I value that because we are people who benefited from free and fair election.
The Buhari passion was also rekindled in Taraba State, the nature's gift to the nation. This is where the governing APC is actualizing the 3,050 megawatts Mambila hydropower project abandoned for decades in spite of its significant benefits to the socio-economic development of the state and the country. Consequently, the major road in Jalingo, the state capital, was therefore overflowed by a sea of humanity with a mission to show love, affection, appreciation, and indeed commitment to the Broom Revolution as the president came calling. The presence of Governor Darius Ishaku of the PDP notwithstanding, the Taraba State Council of Traditional Rulers endorsed the re-election bid of President Muhammadu Buhari, which they attributed to his credibility, good intentions, sense of pity for the less privileged, selflessness in service, and continued sacrifice for a greater Nigeria.
We have given you your trust, and in the 4 years, we are witnesses that you have kept the trust. This country now is in dire needs of people who are out to make sacrifices as you do. Nigeria must be corrected and must be corrected now, and you are the right person to do it.
President Muhammadu Buhari, who acknowledged the show of public support, reassured the people of Taraba that their faith in the governing APC will never be in vain. The Broom Revolution has so far been reinforced in 29 states of the Nigerian Federation. Adamu Sambu, NTA News.
You're watching the news on NTA International, reaching you from Abuja. Stay tuned for more news after the break.
Naija people, make we make the right choice, yo. Make we go for a man of integrity. Hey, so make we gather together and make this change. What my people of Naija, together we go carry Naija to the next level. Naija don't decide. Oh, Baba Buhari, Baba Buhari, na man of integrity. Oh, Baba Buhari. And we look out as we no go chop our money. Hey, agriculture the next level, fight corruption the next level, roads to the next level, electricity to the next level, railway with the next level, empower with the next level. For good health we go. My people, for the next level. APC next level. Naija people, make we all come out to vote Baba Buhari.
This message is from Buhari Next Level Group.
My culture preaches peace. My culture preaches peace. My culture preaches peace. 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 My culture preaches peace.
Even our religion
preaches peace.
If our culture preaches peace, remember your culture. Use your voter's card. Vote peacefully
and wisely. We are one.
This message is from the National Council for Arts and Culture.
It's good to know that you are with NTA International. Now moving on, the traditional rulers of Buhari Area Council of the Federal Capital Territory have endorsed the candidature of President Muhammadu Buhari in the forthcoming general elections on the platform of the All Progressives Congress. State House correspondent Aliyu Kabir reports.
This is coming when the Women and Youth Presidential Campaign team visited the palaces of the rulers in Buhari Area Council in continuation of their door-to-door campaign, canvassing support for the re-election of President Muhammad Buhari in the forthcoming election. The first port of call was the palace of the Sarki of Buhari, Awal Musa Ijakoro II. The message of the wife of the president soliciting the traditional ruler and his people to cast their vote in favor of President Muhammad Buhari. She used the occasion to call on the leaders to continue to educate the youth in the area not to engage in any form of violence before, during and after February polls. The team was engaged vigorously in voter education.
We believe it's going to be 100% for General Muhammadu Buhari. These are APC women, and they are assuring Baba Buhari that come February 16th, they will come out en masse as we have seen them now.
The Sarki of Buhari, Awal Musa Ijakoro II, assured them of their full support. The campaign train moved to SU of Buhari, Ibrahim Nyaro, where similar messages were presented with optimism of providing more developmental programs geared towards the improvement of the welfare of Nigerians. The SU of Buhari, Ibrahim Nyaro, told the delegation that the chiefdom has no any other presidential candidate than President Muhammad Buhari. From Buhari Area Council, Aliyu Kabir, NTA News.
Similarly, President Buhari's support group, Forward with Buhari, has taken its campaign to Kaduna State, urging Nigerians to support the re-election of the president comes February 16. Benny Adams reports.
The Forward with Buhari goodwill ambassadors and foot soldiers stormed the city of Kaduna and its environs on a roadshow, visiting marketplaces to further drum up support for the re-election of President Muhammadu Buhari. At Kasuwar Barchi, a popular market, traders temporarily suspended their activities to take part in the campaign, canvassing support for President Buhari's re-election. Members of the team took time to demonstrate to the traders how to vote without destroying the ballot paper. Same was demonstrated at the Sheikh Abubakar Gumi Central Market. While on voter enlightenment in various parts of Kaduna North, South, Chikun and Igabuluku government areas, the campaign team inaugurated an office donated to the group by NTA's Executive Director News, Mohamed Labo, and commended him for the initiative. Earlier on arrival to the state, the Forward with Buhari team was received by Governor Nasir Ahmed El-Rufai, who promised to add value to the campaign.
Interacting with ordinary people engaging in voter education, and mobilizing people to vote for APC from top to bottom. This is something we identify with, we support.
Part of the message he gave us was to come and thank the people of Kaduna State for honoring him with that mammoth crowd in Ahmadu Bello Stadium, and to also tell people that it is not just to attend the rally at Ahmadu Bello Stadium, but to ensure you have a voter's card and then you know how to exactly vote for him and his party. Yes, that is our mission here today.
The campaign train is expected to visit other states of the Federation. In Kaduna, Benny Adams, NTA News.
5 million maize farmers have resolved to canvass support for the re-election of President Muhammadu Buhari. The group, under the aegis of Maize Farmers Association of Nigeria, assured the president of 5 million votes. Musa Baba Aliyu has the report.
They are a group of farmers who have come together to promote and defend the interests of maize farmers across the country. The group observed that since its existence in the 80s, maize farmers have been running at loss, with the majority of them planning to quit farming, not until the coming of this administration.
That's bad now. I've never seen a president that come out boldly in support of agriculture, and that is why we are adopting him.
With the support they are getting from government, the national output of maize production increased from less than 15 million tons to more than 20 million tons in 2018.
You could imagine what all this has translated in the lives of maize farmers. That includes good money in the bank, better life, good market bargaining power, and they are well respected in the society.
Rice Farmers and Fertilizer Association of Nigeria had already endorsed President Muhammadu Buhari and campaigning for his re-election. In Abuja, Musa Baba Aliyu, NTA News.
And President Muhammadu Buhari has sent to the Nigerian Senate for confirmation names of chairman and commissioners of Revenue Mobilization, Allocation and Fiscal Commission. This is in accordance with the provisions of Section 154, subsection 1 of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, as amended. An official release signed by the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Publicity, Garba Shehu, indicates that the nominees as chairman and commissioners of the Revenue Mobilization, Allocation and Fiscal Commission. The names were conveyed in a letter signed by the President to the Senate President, asking for expeditious consideration and confirmation of the appointments. Where is it now, Holly? In Enugu State and the Southeast during the February 16 presidential polls. This assurance was made after a 5-day campaign mobilization tour of the 17 local government areas of Enugu State by the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Geoffrey Onyema. Correspondent Makur Simon Machang completes the report. ASU has suspended its 3 months industrial actions effective from Friday, 8th February 2019. ASU and the federal government have trashed out all the 8 contending issues that led to the university strike that started on the 4th of November 2018.
A careful review of the report of engagements with the federal government on proposals for addressing all outstanding issues in the 2013 MOU and 2017 MOA, NEC resolved that the current strike action by the union should be suspended conditionally with effect from 12:01 a.m. on Friday, 8 February 2019.
Olain Kawajo is standing by with business news.
Welcome to Business News. Nigeria's foreign reserve has increased marginally by $60 million in January to $43.17 billion. Proceeds of the federal government's $2.9 billion Eurobond issued in November have long been banked. And the drivers of the moment in reserves are oil revenues and the trades of foreign portfolio investors. World food prices rose in January, buoyed by a rebound in dairy prices and stronger showings of vegetable oil and sugar, says the United Nations Food Agency. The Food and Agriculture Organization's Food Price Index, which measures monthly changes for a basket of cereal, oilseed, dairy products, meat and sugar, averaged 164.8 points last month against 161.8 in December. Indeed, economic slowdown has pushed oil prices lower, but OPEC output cuts offer some support as gold holds firm on trade. Let's have a look at some commodity prices. And that's it on the segment of the news. I am Olayinka Ojo.
Thank you, Olayinka. And Ayodeji Makende brings us details on sports updates.
The main event of the 21st Ladies Open Championship